Welcome, everyone. I'm Dave Fortson, COO of Regen Network, and welcome to another edition of the Green Proofing Series, where we profile sustainability professionals who are working throughout the world, helping support verified ecological impact and regeneration, and these are their stories. So today, I'm super excited to have on with us Patrícia Brás, from the Corporate Sustainability and Quality Director at Kokimika Adhesives. So just to start with, Patrícia, take us right in. Like, how, as a sustainability professional, like, what inspired you to join this journey to be in sustainability as a professional working at Kokimika or even before? Tell us a little bit more about your story.
Okay, first, I want to thank you for this invite. I think this is very important to share with all the people that is in sustainability somehow, to know how everyone be part of the sustainability strategies in our world. Because this is world, all the world have to accompany this team, and no one's doing nothing alone.
That's right.
But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So it's interesting because my professional journey doesn't initiate in sustainability.
Hmm.
I'm I'm a food engineering, and I work in food plants in Portugal, all families plants. Um, but with the time, I deep my knowledge to the management systems with quality, environment, and safety. And with this challenge, I began in part of the environment, in safety at work, quality, how to provide good production, how to deal with the lean management, everything that if we think is the base of ESG, environment, social, and governance. If we think environment, we have the ISO 14001 in Europe that is very known. In social, we take care of our people with 45,001 and 19,001 in the governance. So the ESG base for me comes from my background in management systems. So was naturally. And once I work in a companies that have a global presence in the market, when with a lot of customers that are lead the market, big brands in food, we all the time we are challenged to be better and better to be their suppliers. So with these big knowns companies, they ask to Portuguese people, oh, you have to be in SEDEX platform. And in a lot of years ago, because I mean 20 years that I initiate, you don't speak in sustainability as we talk now. So we are growing and growing, and somehow they started, oh, you have to have in the SEDEX platform. And I do my job. I go there, see what was SEDEX, took some trainings, and began to be interested on these teams like social governance, and I started to link it to what I do in the company. So this was naturally in me, and now I didn't take a training, exhaustive training in sustainability. All I do it was with my background in all the plants in Portugal and knowing all the
Hold on. Okay.
So it comes naturally with SEDEX and EcoVadis, which open my eyes to the broader dimensions of corporate responsibility. So I started like this, and I go and go, and now in 2024 I have a new challenge in Kokimika Adhesives to be the corporate director for sustainability and quality, because in my point of view these two are every time together.
Sure.
And they are joining, so it was a very good opportunity to me to step out of my comfort zone in food industry and came to the hot melt adhesives. So
Amazing. So maybe you can help me understand then. So yeah, it sounds like you weren't necessarily coming from a background of sustainability, but as you better understood all the systems, that ESG naturally moved into your world. And as a director, you get to look across all of the ESG programs at Kolkimika. And so I think for a lot of people, I'm sure they're wondering, it's like, adhesives are one of these products that probably people don't think about a lot, but they're everywhere, right? They dominate so many of the products that we enjoy and require every single day. And so I bet a lot of people don't understand what adhesives are exactly, and I probably don't have a good sense of how sustainability figures into the adhesive product, an adhesive product company. Can you share a little bit about Kolkimika's how it approaches sustainability? Like where does it find its strongest voice in promoting um, uh, lessening the ecological impact of adhesives or increasing ecological regeneration or repair? What does that look like for an adhesive company that is producing products that are consumed by people all over the world?
yes, people doesn't know, but we are present in their lives a lot of time of one day. We are present in sofas, in your bed, in the mattresses, in diapers for kids, diaper for adults, materials from medical device, in the packaging that we receive from deliveries, you need adhesives. So we are present in a lot of your day and all the days. And when you think in a sustainable product, when you look for a mattress, for example, you're just going to think in the textile, in the in every compound that you can see in the matrix, but in the middle we will have a lot of adhesive for your matrix. So for the matrix can be a sustainable product, we need to have the adhesive sustainability too. And in Kokimika, our strategy for sustainability is thinking on innovative products. We have an ADN of innovation, proximity with people. So in innovation, we develop new adhesives at all the time for new purpose. And for example, we develop adhesives that need lowest weight of adhesive to have the same adhesion to the product. So we put less products in the market, and we put different adhesives that can be recyclable with the other materials. For example, we have biomaterials that comes to the biological polymers, and we have in 2024 we have a certification of ISCC plus mass balance that we buy bioproducts, circular products. Like, for example, bioproducts is where you substitute the fossil for a product that comes from food, for example, vegetable oil. And when you have biocircular, it's like that you use food oil, but that it was already used for cooking. So this type of materials is going to substitute the fossil part of the material in the adhesives. And we work a lot on this, and with our partners, our clients, and our suppliers to have a supply chain that works in the sustainable part. This is the part of innovation of the product. And for the other hand, we take care about our people and about our society. So as a quality director, for me, it's very important that when people say, "Oh, we are just one, we cannot do anything." For me, we can think in globally, but we have to act locally. So everything that we do in our three plants in North Carolina, in Portugal, and in Poland is important to the achievement of UN Global Compact SDGs. So we do our part, and if everyone does their part, it's easier. So I think that we have collaboration in the cities that when we are located, where we are located, like with the firemen, with associations of the kids, that we have a partnership and we help them to be better and better. We do some local plantations in Poland that have a lot of space to put new trees. In Portugal, it's not so possible. In US, and for me, when you think in the SDGs, you begin for the first one. This is zero hunger. So we can just concentrate all of them if the first ones are already exist, because I cannot talk with a person about zero pollution if the person has hungry. So the first thing is zero hungry, zero poverty. So we work to have good conditions to our collaborators in our society, and engage with the base of the SDGs. So we have a code of conduct, we have commissions of sustainability, commissions for the ethical part. We think in all the our people with benefits and a lot of things that we first think. When we have our people happy, we can do better for the environment and for the social. And next, we have the other part of the strategy, that is the business continuity. If we don't have the continuity of the business, we don't exist and we don't create value, and we don't have workers to be with us. So it's very important to pay attention what is happening in the world and in the strategy. And Kokimika do this very well because for Kokimika, ESG is not just a commitment, it's how we grow. For, for example, in 1997, we certified as 9001. In 2008, we implement and certify 14,001. In 2014, we become SEDEX members. In 2019, we do the first report on the sustainability, and we have the UN Global Compact, and we joined the UN Global Compact. So in 2024, we have our first question. We submit our first questionnaire to EcoVadis, and we received the silver medal in the beginning, with being the best in 8% of the companies that are part of EcoVadis. So for us, it's not just putting, we are sustainable. We are
Yeah, well, it
sustainable.
feels like it's something that clearly for sounds like well over a decade now, almost 12, 13, 14 years now, you've been continuing to improve your sustainability practices as a company, guided by ESG. And also I saw, you have quite a illustrative page around all of your sustainability work at the Kokimika website. Can you help me understand, as you look into the future, where is Kokimika looking to push the next sustainability measures? Like, where do you see some of the more exciting innovations happening that will continue to reduce the ecological impact of your company?
In 2024 was a year that began a new cycle in Kokimika, reflecting our growing maturity in sustainability into our business, and we began to implement our revised strategy focused on four key pillars: people, sustainable products, process, and partners. And for example, in 2024, we go to the target of 100% of renewable electricity in our companies. So we are aligned with the United Nations Global Agenda for 2013 and for 2015. So we'll have a lot of goals, and implementing as a very good company. So, for example, in 2024, we propose for 2 green loans, and for this, we align our sustainability report according to the CSRD in Europe, for showing that we are transparent when we define our goals and our objectives for sustainability. And if you go to our webpage, you see that our report was revised by third-party auditors. So we are very comfortable, and transparency is the most important thing for us now, because I see that people sometimes don't trust what we say and think that we are doing greenwashing. So transparent thing for directors as I is very important. And I see Kokimika in this report bring us things that we have to be better. But we start in 2024 with our supply chain. We ask all our suppliers the part of sustainability, and the most part of our suppliers are EcoVadis assessments, and they are very committed with the sustainability strategy, with the United Nations agenda, and there is a card and so on. So for us, our objectives are very focused in two KPIs: emissions and intensity of
Mhm.
waste. Because, for example, in biodiversity, we don't have a lot of impact, but we are aligned with these two. Um, we are ready for emissions and for the part of the waste. We already comply with the law, but we do better. We have more good emissions in the part of environment, and we are doing a lot of work in the part of the waste. We are trying to send zero landfill waste until
Amazing.
2030. So we have to rethinking how our waste is and valorize the waste that we generate. So we are looking for someone that buys our non-conformity adhesives for don't send it to landfill. We are doing a lot of in this field of circularity, and with consumption of water, consumption of energy, um, and more efficient procedures and equipment. We buy new lines thinking in sustainability, like more efficient in the part of electrical part, but in the time in the process too. So we normally don't buy a line that is already done. We do by ourselves one that fits better with our plants. So we are very committed on this, and I think that is the most important part for
Great.
Kokimika.
Well, we're nearing the end of the interview, and as I do in all of these interviews, I'd love to hear something that is bringing you hope right now about into the sustainability field for you, like something that you're just really excited about for the future of your work in the sustainability field or the work of Kolkimika. Anything that you're just really, really excited about, really hopeful for.
That the agenda of United Nations don't be forget for a lot of people, because I know that now we are in a difficult moment political, with wars in near Europe and with Gaza and a lot of different countries, and in somehow in our strategy in companies look for the political side and for the benefits and for risk management, but don't forget that sustainability is the base of the company, is the heart with ESG. With no ESG, we will not have a company that's going to grow and
I
grow and
love it.
grow. So
I love it.
don't
Sustainability being the heart of the company. That's a great way to end this interview. Patricia, thank you so much for your time and your dedication to the sustainability at
don't
Kokimika. I'm really grateful to get to know you a little bit better and the work that Kokimika is doing to reduce its impact and support its communities. So with that, that's the end of this greenproofing interview today. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you again, Patricia.
thank you me for the invite. Thank you.